Trap and control for self-defense is a really good tool for you to have. Now, in Wing Chun, we don't predominantly work on grappling style techniques, but for self-defense, I still teach these techniques because you may find yourself that you work in, say, an environment where, of course, striking is not allowed. Say you're a nurse or you work in hospitality, or even you're a kid at school and you don't want to just unleash some striking techniques and get in trouble. So these trap and control techniques I'm going to teach you in this video today worked very well. They're very effective and they're quite simple for you to apply. Now, on the first one, let's say the person is approaching you and grabbing your shoulder. Okay, they're grabbing your shoulder. You see that potentially they're trying to hit you, or at least threaten you with that opposite hand. So one thing that you want to do is trap the hand that's already on you. You want to clamp it. You don't need to grab it, but you want to press against it and putting it on yourself, basically on your shoulder. So then with this hand, you can just go towards the face, wrap, and then trap. Now when you're here, you clamp. And all you need to do from there is just raise your hands up towards the ceiling. Okay, and that's how you can trap the other person's arm, putting a lot of strain and pressure against the elbow, against the shoulder. Now, when you're working on these type of techniques, number one, don't be a cowboy. Take it easy, work on it slowly, because if you go fast and hard, you could potentially hurt your training partner. So you want to try and find the flow of the technique, right? So the rhythm. Now, when the person's putting their hand on your shoulder, chances are they're not just going to place it. They're trying to hold on. They're trying to grab your clothes. So that actually works really well for us, because the moment we clamp, then that hand is trapped. Now, for this one, of course, you can hit the face. But the type of movement that we're working on right now, it's because we can't hit them. So what you do is just tap the forehead. Then you're gonna wrap your arm around, and now I can let go of the hand that's on top of my shoulder, so that way I can clamp here and just go all the way up. Now, if you're in this scenario, and let's say your opponent is much taller, bigger than you, and they feel that they can bring that hand towards you to hit, trap, and then you can go with your hand that's free. So let me show you this one again. The hand comes at you towards your shoulder. You want to be on a steady base, so that way you don't lose balance. You trap. As you trap, this hand's going towards the top of your opponent's face. Then you're going to trap and clamp. Again, if you want to crank it, you just go all the way up towards the ceiling. If he comes at me with that hand, I use my free hand to trap. And then I've got my hand free to go, push him, control him. Now, when you're practicing, the moment you see your training partner come onto his or her toes, you know that the technique is working. And the universal rule when practicing these trap and control techniques is that the moment you hear the tap, you let go. You don't crank it for another, second or two. You just let go, because that's when the person is in pain and in an awkward position for their joint. The second one. Now, instead of the shoulder, let's say the person's grabbing your arm. When that person grabs the arm, it's quite simple. Number one, trap. Number two, go against the joint. Okay, so what I'm doing here, once I trap that hand, I want to sit on my horse here, and then I'm going to bring that arm down. I'm putting all the pressure against the wrist. Now, when you're working on this, here's a quick tip. Just be mindful of where your thumb is positioned when you're grabbing your training partner's arm, because the more you wrap that thumb, the easier it is for the other person to hurt it, to dislocate it, or even to break it. So just keep that thumb in a position where the moment he grabs, right, the pressure is not going against the thumb, where if he's wrapping that, then that thumb will get caught in the move. So once again, he's grabbing my arm, I'm trapping, and then I'm sitting back. Why am I sitting back? because I want to get away from that other hand. I don't want to give him a chance at trying to hit me with that other hand. So the moment he grabs, I'm sitting right here. And if I want to crank it, all I need to do is just go against the joint. So then this forearm will go all the way down here, and you can even step away. Okay, so that's the second one. On the third one, let's say now the person is confronting you square, front on, and that person's trying to grab, control you. Let's say he grabs your wrist. From here, then you're going to turn and put the pressure against the elbow, and then you lock just by holding the shoulder. So what I'm doing here, I'm controlling his wrist. Why am I controlling his wrist? I don't want to lose that hand because then he can bend the elbow and get away. So the moment he's grabbing, you're turning. And when you turn, you're going to put the pressure against the elbow. Once you put your own hand on your opponent's shoulder, then that's where you got the lock. Because all you need to do now is stand tall, and then this hand, you're going to bring it against the joint, so down towards the floor. And as you do that, you're going to raise your arm up towards the ceiling. So we'll do it one more time. From here, I'm turning, and then I'm putting the pressure. So don't forget that the pressure goes against the elbow, okay? So just to recap, we've dealt with a shoulder grab, an arm grab, and a wrist grab. He grabs the shoulder, control and go over. He tries to hit me with the other hand, control, then I've got this one free. He grabs my arm, control, and I bring it down. He grabs my wrist, I turn and put it against his elbow. Okay, so these are really effective trap and control techniques that you can start practicing, working on them, because then you just got more techniques in your arsenal to deal with certain attacks for self-defense. Guys, that's it for today's video. Don't forget, I'll post a card up here so you can check out my previous video from last week and go to my online university so that way you can grab my free Wing Chun course and take your Wing Chun to the next level. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one.